Hi everyone, I'm Meteorologist Rusty McCranie, and welcome to Weather Express. Your weather in 5 minutes. Start the clock. Friends, we have strong and severe storms that are rolling off the United States East Coast, still left over with some heavy activity in portions of the Ohio Valley and the Northeast. Another impactful West Coast storm, already some heavy rain, but there's going to be a lot of mountain snow coming with that next one. We're going to start off with the Southeast. Things are quieter now, but we had some healthy storms. Some tornadic storms in the Carolinas and portions of Virginia. Even down to Florida, we had wind gusts of 60 miles an hour today. Temperatures are cooling behind that storm system. You can see the last gasp of that rain just moving off of the Carolina coastline at this point in time towards the Delmarva Peninsula. Now, still some lightning and still some storms in portions of central sides of Pennsylvania, back down towards Maryland right now. This is all going to be liquid precipitation. Look at these temperatures. New York City right now, right around 50 degrees. And even though most of the storms are out of the way, there still is this little area from the Storm Prediction Center from about the State College in Altoona, Pennsylvania areas, Williamsport, back down to Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, where we could have an isolated severe storm develop. Main threat's going to be winds of some 60 miles an hour as well. But again, generally speaking, it's just going to be some generalized thunderstorms in these areas. Now, again, temperatures here support rain, but you get back into the UP of Michigan and the western Great Lakes, colder air is coming in. It's turning to some snow, but that's only part of the story right now. The winds are the other story. Look at these wind gusts, 40, 50 plus miles an hour in some areas. Yes, we have blizzard conditions developing here. Some of those blizzard conditions could move right down the western sides of the lakes there, especially towards Green Bay, Milwaukee, and the Chicagoland area, where there's going to be reduced visibility. The snow is going to be flying. The winds are going to be whipping. It's a lot more comfortable and tranquil in the southern plains after all the severe weather the last couple days. Temperatures are cool, still a good amount of wind towards the Intermountain West and portions of the Four Corners. But the biggest story, friends, is going to be with our next Pacific storm. Now, I'm going to throw on the wind direction here. You're just going to see that there's going to be a lot of a fetch here of winds that'll begin to turn and come along the coastline. This is feeding in all of this rich moisture. So it's heavy rain right now through portions of California. It's already turning into snow for the Sierra Nevadas, and this system is going to slam into the Intermountain West, and you're going to be looking at the opportunity for some really, really significant snow in those areas. So again, let's get started, I tell you what, with the models, then we'll look at some of the advisories in place. So let me load that up. And again, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for liking this video and subscribing to Weather Express. I appreciate you guys. So we're going to follow this storm system. Now look, we're going to get enough cold air where it's going to turn into a little bit of snow for some of the lake effect areas here, especially the western sides of New York. But generally speaking, again, it's warm enough where there's a lot of green on this map. Even towards Boston and back down towards Hartford, Connecticut, it's mainly going to be some rain. Now the interesting thing is, down the road, but not that far down the road, we're going to have another system slip into the central plains and into the upper Midwest and the western Great Lakes that could start off as a little bit of liquid precipitation, but turn over to sleet, freezing rain, and eventually snow. This is kind of the east side of this big spin over the Intermountain West. You can clearly see that this storm system is taking a more southerly route. So it's going to have more moisture to play with, but it's also going to be pulling in a lot colder air, and the snow is going to be flying in these areas. I'm talking about Denver, Cheyenne, Salt Lake City areas, Aspen, Telluride, Flagstaff, the northern sides of Arizona. So when we look at the advisories that are into play, you're going to see a lot of purples and pinks on the board here. So we're going to start off in the Colorado area. Denver is under a winter weather advisory, but the Aspen area right now is under a winter storm warning. First of all, there's also an avalanche watch. You never like to see that, but we're talking about 10 to 20 inches of snow here, and then winds of up to 55 miles an hour. Again, that's the other big story, is all of the wind. As a matter of fact, that's what those pink areas are, red flag warnings south and east. You get back into the Sierra Nevadas here, the Mammoth Lakes area, on over towards Truckee, places like that, including Yosemite. It's 8 to 24 inches of snow, up to 2 feet of snow, and winds of 45 miles an hour. But friends, look how broad our winter weather advisories and winter storms warning are. This is a storm system that's going to have some big time impacts. We're still going to have a lot of wind, as I mentioned here, for the Marquette area. There's your blizzard warnings. But again, we could clearly see winter storm conditions just move down the Great Lakes and then swing into the Northeast. All of these wind advisories that are currently into play as well. Looking at temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days, expecting temperatures to actually warm up in the Southeast. Let me show you that again real quick. So we're going to have warmer air here, which is why it's all liquid, and colder air out west, which is why there's going to be a lot of snow. We'll also be watching our next risk for severe storms. Friends, I'm out of time. I appreciate you. Thank you again for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing to Weather Express. If you want these daily 5-minute forecasts across the United States, not going to waste your time. I promise you that. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow with your latest 5-minute forecast.